Hello, hello, hello. I'm under here somewhere. Here I am. I am going to be drawing this afternoon after having a shower and getting all my chores done. There is the city of Brighton still has the application for the electrical box design. So I'm going to be working on that. I have my third and final design I'm working on right now. And so I should be done, I don't know, half hour to an hour with that design. And then it's going to be doing the boring part off camera of filling out, seeing if they like the design and submitting it. So what are we doing today? This is this. So I got this far. And actually, I just realized my my screen's acting up. I should have done this off camera. Okay. Yeah, see it. Okay, there we go. All right. So, you can see here that I got all of these different colors. And so I realized what I wanted to do was get rid of this black and just do twice as much blue, because I'm using the colors of the Colorado flag. Hopefully they'll like it. And so, yeah, we're drawing today. Captain T has not been worked on in a while, which I'm not too happy about. I need to go easy on myself and just kind of say, hey, you'll get to it when you get to it. But at the same time, I don't want to like it to be like so many of my other projects and unfinished. And so I will get to it. I plan to. It's a new month. Well, it's about halfway through a new month. And so I can't use fill here because the way I built my file, it just won't do it. And I don't want to leave artifacts behind. Yeah, see, this is the other side.
There are pluses to both. So with the generator, the other thing though too is that it ends up costing less up front. Okay, so you can buy one that'll power your whole house on gas or propane for about $600. Right? With the
Just kind of common music, common drawing. Let me put my chat up. If my daughter interrupts, I have to do that. I have to be her parent, guardian. So says the state. They frown on such things as, ignoring your child when they want to eat and, have water and stuff. So, I mean, I make jokes, but I do love her.
Solar array as a tax credit back, which means the federal government is actually going to give you file your taxes to the federal tax credit.
Do that. Any other black ones in here? Yeah.
Then, once you're doing that for about 6 months, 8 months.
Oh, hi, Shy Hermit Crab. Well, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me, even if it's in a lurking status. I hope the morning's doing well for you. It is turning to spring in our neck of the woods, which means it's probably a really cool fall. I don't know what fall's like in Australia. I've never considered it. I always imagine it very summery there, but I know it gets really cold in the winter too. So I like. Do the leaves change color? I know there's a tree in Australia where the bark falls off the tree instead of the leaves, and I think that's kind of neat. Let's see. Let's start with yellow. I gotta clean up some of this stuff.
Well, that's just the fact.
Oops.
That's the fact. So what we're gonna do? Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with red, actually, because that's what's on my brush right now. Ooh, so in the morning it has that like freshly rained smell, and you know, just kind of nice, like relaxing. I don't know. Fall is probably my favorite season. We have Halloween in the fall, and so you carve pumpkins, you dress up in a costume one night out of the year. I mean, I think they have Halloween in Australia as well, but it's during like the summer, so it has a different feeling to it. I don't. Google is like right in front of me. What I should do is just Google what, you know, do they have Halloween in Australia? In fact, I think I'll do that. Let's do that. Let's Google this. I'll pull it in front of my art and everything. Okay. I switched to Bing because it's like actually, or not Bing, but I switched to Edge because it's actually not a bad browser. But the one thing bad about it is I can't set my screen to Google. Australia. What is Australian? One of the most popular ways that Australians celebrate Halloween is by hosting a party. These parties often involve dressing up in costumes and decorating homes with Halloween-themed decorations, such as pumpkins, spiderwebs, and fake gravestones. So, yeah, I guess you guys just, you know, it's you have a party. You're like, yeah, it's Halloween. That's what we did for Halloween. We all hung out. We played board games. That sounds awesome, actually. No, Halloween is big in the United States. There's this company called Spirit Halloween that their business model is in every town, everywhere. There's large shopping complexes. It's funny. But yeah, they'll every town, every municipality has like large complexes, you know, shopping complexes that are shut down. They're closed, no one's there. And so what Spirit Halloween does is they go into these empty spaces and they fill it for like a month and a half, 2 months just before Halloween, and they're like gone, you know, the week after. And they fill it with Halloween stuff. And so you walk in and it's this huge space that just has all these temporary racks up for Halloween stuff. And so it's like costumes and all these kinds of gritty things to decorate your house and your yard. And some people have haunted houses and others have parties and kids go trick-or-treating. But they've changed trick-or-treating. You know, when I was a kid, you went door to door, and there's still kids that do that. But now there's like also kids that go into a parking lot, and then like all the parents like open up their trunks, and then they go around to all the different trunks and collect candy. There's others that are, you know, they do harvest festivals. There's even others that, you know, choose not to celebrate. But yeah, it's sometimes kids will go to the mall and instead of walking around to houses, and so they'll pick up candy from all the different stores. I don't know, it's very strange. The stranger danger has changed Halloween in an interesting way.
I'm not sure, but yes. I mean, that's something without.
Yeah, so let's see. Okay. I'm just kind of filling in little red spots here and there. I'm sure that it'll make more sense as I go. I have like no pattern I'm following for this. It's literally just where can I fill in red, where it's like kind of not touching itself. Yeah, I'm trying not to have the red touch itself. The blue, I don't care if it touches itself. The yellow, I'm trying not to touch itself, but it's okay if the yellow is kind of close. But the red, okay, this is what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, so this right here, this is the Colorado flag. Okay, so I have the dark blue, you can see the red, and then the yellow. Because the yellow is kind of a circle, I am trying to keep the yellow kind of close to each other, but not touching. And then the red, I'm trying to keep far from each other because it goes around the yellow. And these are just different rules I've written myself as I'm working on this. Let's see. Okay, let's do this. I'm sorry about the shops, like trying to push the commercialization of it. Like, I totally get that. I know that New Zealand and America are the only two places that have. Oh, thank you. T.N. Perkins. Oh, thank you. Yeah, what this is for is this is a electrical box design, and you can't have anything that's like offensive or gonna, make anyone mad. It can't be religious, can't be political, and so I just thought abstract. And I'm going with the Colorado flag for color, and that is the inspiration for this. That is my plan. And so, yes. Noise. How are you doing today, T.N. Perkins? T.N. Perkins. It's interesting. The speech to chat thing that I have says Ton Perkins. That's how it's been pronouncing your name. Yeah, I'm trying not to embrace the AI, but unfortunately, damn, it's useful sometimes. Like in the case of the speech to chat. Because then I hear everyone's comments. Cooking along, I go by that too. Yeah, I'm trying to get this art, I guess, done. It's due tomorrow. I have the application about half filled out. You can submit up to 3 designs. This is my last design. And so I have my other 2 designs done. And if you want to see those, I have them in this file. So yes, so in this file, if I turn off all these guys right here, you can see this is my second design. And I have these black lines because those are the edges of the box. And so it wraps around the box. And then my first design is this one, which again, because it wraps around the box, I have the color and the lines going around it. So I kind of repeated the same thing. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. That's cool too. Yeah, I again trying to get this done. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I need to draw more. I have Captain T that I need to work on, and then there's a kid's book that I totally said I'd do. I mean, he's not paying me or anything for the kids book. It's just kind of like because it's a friend of the family, and they wrote a kids book, and so it's like, okay, yeah, let's do this. But who knows? It's something put in the portfolio, even if it doesn't pay the bills. And that's probably why I haven't worked on it, is because it's not a paying gig. It's just kind of like, I don't want to half-ass it either. Like, I'm not a fan of that when people kind of cheat. Oh man, speaking of cheating, so we're talking about like AI and stuff, right? Ian shared with me a article the other day about a guy who did AI art for a card game that paid him $90,000 to do the art for the game. And in the article, it said he worked like 2 hours a week, and he would go in and make his freaking prompts, and then he would go and edit all of the shitty AI art that was dished to him, because the guy was like an artist, and would work like 2 hours a week, and deliver it, and like, oh man, it took me all week to do this. And then he was caught, of course, for doing AI art. And I don't know how people are reacting to him now, but it just, it bothers me. Like, yeah, it's not cool. I gotta find the article. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, gross, no kidding. Let's see, AI art, card game. $90,000. That's all I'm just gonna put in my search is AI art, card game, $90,000. Yeah, right here, PC Gamer. Here's the article. If you really want to like break your mind. Yeah. Card game developer says it paid an AI artist $90,000 to generate card art because no one comes close to the quality he delivers. Yeah. So I've been trying not to cry over that. Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah. I know I was approached about being in that documentary. Maria said that she sent you an email and you had contacted her back. And so hopefully we'll get some really interesting things. Her focus is how it's going to affect the animation industry. So I think you'll be a really good guest for her because, you've been in the animation industry for how long? Yeah, it's maddening. It's maddening. It really is. It's like when you say maddening, and what comes to my mind is a mad scientist, right? Because the mad scientist sometimes makes low-key sense. It's just they're pushed over the edge, right? And they'll be like, like Pamela Isley, right? She's kind of a mad scientist. You're destroying the planet, right? And she's not wrong, but sometimes her tactics can be frowned upon. And sometimes the mad scientist is understandable and appreciable and approachable. And, like I said, makes total low-key sense. And so I've sensed that this is like my supervillain story. Sign of the Horns. Signs of the Horns. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting time. 27 years you've been in the industry. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so your career is old enough to drive, vote, buy weed and alcohol. You know, like, yeah, 27, not thinking about a colonoscopy yet, your career, but, definitely like doing the monthly checkup. Yeah. Yeah, good for you. And I totally grew up watching like Extreme Ghostbusters and stuff. Like, I admit it. It's true. Where am I? What did I forget to do? This one's red. This one's red. Signs of the horns. That's what it keeps calling it. Yeah. Let's see. Do I want to fill in this area? No, let's just keep doing red. Let's keep doing red, and we'll just keep going along. And because of the way I built the file, I can't just use the dump bucket. I wish I could, but the computer does not see white lines as lines when I tell it to. Computer, stop. Talking about AI. Computer, stop. Yeah, so the machine does not see the white lines as lines when I tell it to refer to all the different layers for the dump bucket. And so it's smart, but it's not super smart yet. So yeah, let's do this. Yeah. I mean, I have like a modest career in comics. I'm not going to call it an amazing career or anything, but I have been making comics since I've been a teenager. And I was published for the first time when I was about, I think 13 or so. And I've been published, periodically every few years in like an anthology here or a comic there. I made a lot of webcomics. Never made any money at it. Realized I still enjoy making them. So, might as well just do it for the love. So yeah, I'm still slowly working on this. Ian is working from home, and so he's selling solar these days. And so if you hear him in the background, that's what he's talking about. Let's see. I made no pattern with this. If I was smart, I would have made a pattern. And then that way I could have just colored in a portion of the pattern. And then, once that's colored in, you just copy and paste it for the rest of the pattern. But no, I drew all these by hand. I wonder if my art being so slow is in retaliation against how quick digital art is. Because I try and take my time. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. Yeah, but for right now, Let's do this. And then, not mentioned as a color, of course, is white. Technically a tone, I guess. But not mentioned is white, which is playing a visual role in this piece. If you want to talk art theory and color theory, the white is a binding element because all the other colors, while primary colors, still are surrounded by white on the flag. And so some of these I've been filling in white in the little bit that I got done. Yeah. Let's see, how are we doing?
Then, once you get done paying your taxes that next year, that's when you can then install your battery and you can do it all again next year.
All right. That's a pretty good portion of it.
Perfect, exactly. Otherwise, it all gets lumped into one. You got it. And again, I don't want you to where you can't get it all. You got it.
Pretty good portion.
You better believe it. And all I need to do, like I said, is pay for it online. I'll send you my email as well.
Now we'll do this one in the middle.
And then whatever questions you got, let me know, and we'll talk about it. Okay?
And this guy.
Thank you, Brian. I really appreciate it. Okay?
All right.
You got it.
Next color.
Bye-bye.
Next color. Let's do the yellow. No worries. Oh, thank you. Yes, go grab your children. Make sure that no stranger grabs your child instead. You must protect the offspring, for they are the future. Yeah, I'll see you in the future. But thank you for, hanging around out with me for a little bit and all of that. I don't know. I should be more talkative. I should be more interesting. I indeed. Yeah, let's see. Let's do this. I'm wondering if I did too much yellow. I don't know. We'll find out. Yep. Doing the yellow. Let's see. Let's talk color theory for a second. So, red is color that is linked with like action and passion. Oh, hi, Dale. So yellow is a color that's linked with like the sun and life. Same thing with green. But I found out today that orange is color that's been linked to deception. And so tricksters will wear orange. I I found that an interesting fact. And so what we're working on today, Dale, is a submission for an electrical box design. They're gonna pick, I think, about 50 designs or so. You can submit up to 3 different designs. There's a couple boxes dedicated for children's designs, but you know, I'm entering in the adult category. Yeah, I did not know that, but apparently that's one of the secret meanings of the color. Carrots lie. Carrots lie about not being delicious. You think they're not, they are. Yeah, that's the way it was when I was a kid, but things have changed. And now, like, if you live within a certain mileage from the school, I think you're still allowed to walk home. But if you're like, okay, if you live a certain mileage from the school, you're still allowed to walk home, right? If you live like beyond that mileage, they send a bus out for you to go, and you know, and then you walk home from your bus stop. But what they also do is, oh no, yeah, Trina Robbins passed away. Gosh, I want to say about a week ago or so. Let's see. Wow, I guess not. They don't. March 29th. That's when she passed away. It was March 29th. And so, yeah, I'm sorry to break the news to you. She was a powerhouse in the comics industry. Yeah, it was March 29th was when she passed away. Yeah, comic book pioneer, lives in San Francisco. Her superpowers were drawing. Oh, it must have just happened then. Yeah. No, I guess it must have just happened. Her family probably didn't announce it because Google is still saying she's alive. Yeah, I was never a big fan of her Aquaman stuff, but I loved her romance comics that she did. It was the stroke. It was the stroke. That's what I was thinking of. And I'm probably, yes, I am wrong about the date. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, I wasn't ever a big fan of her Aquaman stuff because I just never liked Aquaman as a character. Yeah, I find a lot of holes in his origin story and in his powers and stuff because he can talk to fish, right? He can talk to fish. Seems awesome. I mean, the planet's covered in 70% water, but it's like most of the stuff that's dealing with like the world is not fish related. And my daughter's calling me from the other room. Ian, would you check on her? Yeah, I'm gonna have Daddy check on her. But he's working right now. And I'm really trying to do this deadline. I'm trying to hit it. So.
Hey, Mommy.
Yes, my love.
I'm done.
You're done with the bath?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Can you go grab a towel? Because you're a very naked baby right now, and I can't have that on the internet. So what we're gonna do,
Well, he was interested.
we're gonna do timer. Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, we're gonna do 5-minute timer. All right, I will be back. right, I'm back. All right, Dale, you've been talking to me. I think you were wrong about the date. Yes, I was. I saw her and Steve, Leah Loa, a month or so ago at Con. She went to a lot of cartoon art museum lectures and functions. Yeah. Trina Robbins was amazing. I'm trying to think of the character's name in Cavalier and Clay that's based on her. The one who was the painter, ended up with Cavalier, had a kid with him, but married Clay, who was the gay guy, as like, his beard. But yeah, that character was based on Trina Robbins. That's awesome. I mean, not awesome that she's gone, but awesome that she had that kind of impact on comics. I'm saddened. She was, I knew about the stroke. I think I misheard that information, which means that the problem happened in my brain. And I thought that she had died of the stroke, not that she just had one. And so, I was wrong. Yeah, let's see, what did she work on besides Aquaman? She worked on a bunch of romance books, and that's the kind of work that I really liked from her, because she would always do like little smirks and stuff on the characters' faces, and I don't know, I just like the way that she framed stuff. Yeah, women's comics. Yeah, comics. X with an X. So I have a kitty now, and so I'm gonna do this so that we get more kitty in the shot, which I don't think is a bad thing. And so this is Archimedes again. I did have Columbo earlier, but when I opened up the window, Columbo decided he wanted to go outside. And so he made that decision. Yeah, we're doing this where we're just going to kind of climb down with this color. Archie Mimes. Yes, Archimedes. He could be Mimes. He could be a meme. I don't know. I have to reframe him a little bit. There. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I know, baby.
What's up, honey?
Okay. So I think when I hit this, next it's going to be with white. Hello, Edge of Human. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Yes, it's very nice of you to ask. I am working on a electrical box design for the city of Brighton here in Colorado. They are having a basically an art submission thing, contest, I guess. I discovered her with a lot of underground cartoonists. She was involved with Wonder Woman. Yeah. Trina Robbins, man, she was there kicking it with all the guys. Like, I imagine her and like John Byrne just in a meeting together. Did she ever work with Steranko? I mean, I know she was at DC for years before she was with Edge of Human says, very cool. Yes, Edge of Human, we are talking about Trina Robbins, who recently passed and was an influential groundbreaker in the comics industry. She broke a lot of glass ceilings, and she, you know, it's a legacy that will be remembered in comics forever.
Who?
Trina Robbins. Don't be a jerk.
Stan who?
Yeah. Colorado, is that the new name? In the 1890s, it was Colorado. And Edge of Human says, yes, amazing. I love anime and comics, all that. Very cool. Yeah, I normally draw comics. Let me show you my comic. I was working on my website earlier today, and so this is my this is my archive for my website. But panel to panel, that's the website right here. And so if you come here, you can see like I have all this information, and there's a bunch of comics. And so if you click up on the archives here, that's where we were, and you can see here are said comics. And so Philo is a show that I do on Saturdays, if you want to. Metal Hurlant? Yeah, certainly. Yeah, Metal Hurlant is has better editing than Heavy Metal magazine, because Heavy Metal has to cater to the American audience, and so they cut out a lot of the sex, a lot of the drugs.
So much sexy drugs.
Yeah, don't mind Ian in the back. He's trying to be an edgelord. Let's see, so wonderful. Edgy. I love French artists. Oh, one of my favorite artists. Ooh, let me do this. I gotta get his name right. And I'll see if you know him. Yes. Juanjo Garanido. Juanjo Garanido is the artist for Black Sat, and that is just a beautiful comic. I love French artist Hevel Merlandes. PG Metal Hurlant, definitely. And Felipe Drillette, it's here. This is how it's spelled. Juanjo Guarnido, artist and published by French publisher Dargaud in album format. Though both authors are Spanish, their main target audience for Black Sat is the French market. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful book if you've never seen it.
Just so you know, if
no, I haven't seen it.
It'd be John Joe, so it's one hole.
It's one hole? Okay.
One hole.
Let me look at Felipe. Let me look at Felipe's work. Let's see. And images. Let's see. Let's check this out. Stop. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, beautiful. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's cool as shit. Yeah. Oh my. Oh, I am humbled as an artist. I'm just doing some squiggles down on paper, and this person is drawing comics. Yeah. Well, I mean, Mobius was excellent at detail as well. And Mobius's stuff is like deceptively simple. Like you look at it and it looks really simple, but then you when you try and like sit down and do like master study and like draw after it or something, it's actually a lot more complicated. And this stuff, this looks like a different artist. Yeah, that's oh no, that's Midjourney stiff. Oh, I hate Midjourney. Oh yeah, they're fantastic. I'm so excited you know of these artists. Most people don't. Latest Americans. Yeah, definitely. Well, I have a degree in comic books, so I was exposed to a lot of. I have you guys talking in my ear at the same time that I'm trying to talk. I have a degree in comics, and so I was exposed to a lot of this stuff in school when a lot of people weren't. I always bought heavy metal because that was what I had access to at, my comics and stuff, in stores. But if I can get copies on like the original French versions of some of these stories, like Den, they're doing this like masterwork version where they're photographing the pages. And I know that was in Metal Hurlant originally. And it was in the Heavy Metal movie as well. They had John Candy do the voice of Den, which was kind of cute. And if you don't know the story of Den, it's like a 12-year-old boy who gets transported to this other dimension / planet, and then he's suddenly like a 25-year-old like muscle-bound guy, but still has the mind of a 12-year-old boy. Okay, you guys are talking to me. Yes, I like Pascal Jocelyn, especially his Mr. Invincible strips. I bet you thought I didn't know any French artists. That's cool. Love that movie. Oh, Richard fucking Corbin. Yeah, Richard fucking Corbin. Yeah. I think that they did a lot of really cool stuff with rotoscope in that movie. And, it didn't revolutionize animation by any means. What it did do, though, is it reignited knowledge and passion in older methods, because the rotoscoping was used by the Fleischer Studios. And then, you had Ralph Bashki, you had other artists using rotoscoping in their own works. But I feel like the Heavy Metal movie made rotoscoping, it's like, oh yeah, you don't have to draw it exactly like what you see. You can just use that as reference. And so they were much looser in their rotoscoping than a lot of other entities that have used it in animation. Like the Ralph Bashki stuff for Lord of the Rings, there's some scenes where they just up the contrast and then animated little glowing eyes for the orcs. They're orcs, we swear. Yes, The Fifth Element was based on Mobius's work. Yes, it was based off of Mobius's work, as well as some other stuff. Again, if you go back to the Heavy Metal movie, which was inspired by all of these different artists, it did have the floating taxi in New York with a bunch of flying other things. So there was a lot of visuals taken from that animated story out of the original Heavy Metal used in Fifth Element. Yeah, I love Fifth Element. It's one of my favorite movies. I have like a theory that it might be possible to make a perfect movie. And I feel like that might be one of those movies. Sergio Aragonis turned me on to Louis Trondheim. Even met him. Sergio went all fanboy over him. Oh, I think that's wonderful. Yeah, I think that's awesome. Yeah. The first time I ever got introduced to Black Sad, it was Tim Sale who introduced me to him. I went to an iBooks booth at San Diego Comic-Con, and he was wearing a shirt, and we started talking about it, and he said it's awesome, and I picked up a book and never regretted it. Thank you, Tim Sale. Let's see, Edge of Human. I think that's wonderful. It's my top 5 for sure. Blade Runner is my number 1. Blade Runner. So you're a Philip K. Dick fan. Yeah. out of all of Philip K. Dick's stories, Minority Report is an interesting one. It's very different than the Steven Spielberg movie. See, I know French artists, sort of. Well, I mean, we here in the States, we're also not exposed to a lot of French books. They don't make it across the pond. It's pretty much like, it's not, in Europe, a lot of people are bilingual or trilingual with multiple languages because they're just so close to each other. And then here in the States, let's see. Yes and no. I just love the film, and Ridley Scott and Vangelis. Yeah. Ridley Scott. I loved it. Aliens. Yeah, I like when he does horror. He's very good at it. And so, no, I think. Let's see. Do androids dream of electric sheep? Yeah. Well, that's what Blade Runner was originally based on. Yes, I have Edge of Human. Yes. It's very cool. If you like Philip K. Dick, you should check out Alfred Bester. Yes. I haven't read everything Philip K. Dick, but I have read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? I've read Minority Report. Gosh, I'm trying to think. I read R. Crumb's retelling of Philip K. Dick's experience with a celestial being. If you've never seen that, here, let me see if I can find it. R. Crumb, Philip K. Dick. Yeah, Robert Crumb. Yeah. So let's see if this has the whole thing. Yes, this has the whole thing. Okay. So I'm going to post a link right now. Let me do this. And so this is the religious experience of Philip K. Dick. Yeah, we're just going to turn down the sound on that a little bit. The religious experience of Philip K. Dick. And so this looks like it's the whole story, but he basically had this religious experience where he was like going back in time and like experiencing his own ancestors' life and like jumping back and forth between these. And then he talked to God. And Philip K. Dick had this experience, and so Robert Crumb illustrated it. Let's see. He was strange, but I respect his work. Not a huge fan. That cat looks so comfortable, making me tired again. Yes, that's he's a good boy. Yeah, back in the 80s, we saw some French and Belgium stuff in the old adult section of comic shops. Now, if I want to buy French imports, I had to go to cons or shops from Stewart NG Books down in Torrance, California, near Los Angeles. A must stop. I love Ralph Bashki. Cool World. We talking about Valis? Yeah, Cool World was interesting because as Bashki was working on it, he had one budget in mind, and he's doing it, and he's sticking to his budget. And then the producer, I don't know if it was halfway through the movie or if it was in the last third or something like that, but the budget got pulled out from under him, and they basically said, okay, you got to make a movie from what you have. And so that's why a lot of the last scenes are shot with they're not animated because it's cheaper to have people than it is to animate them. And so it kind of pulled the rug out from under that. It really would have been an amazing movie had it not done that. I love the soundtrack. I think Jackson had some work there too. Cool World. I don't know. It was one of Brad Pitt's first movies that he was like really noticed in. He used to do extra work, Brad Pitt. And so, yeah, like he was supposed to have this bit part and he just kind of like, you know, stole the show. Let's see. Let's do blue. No, let's do white. I stream every Saturday night for Philo, which is a comic book that I take suggestions from the audience for new panels and stuff. And so I do that 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is like New York area, you know, if you're looking at the timeline. I do not know what time that is in France. I should. Oh, wait. I got time buddy. Okay, give me a second. Oh, you're Maryland. Maryland. Okay, so Baltimore. So let's see, you are 2 hours ahead of me. So it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yes, it is your time. And yeah, I do that. And then I need to stream more with the art. I really do. Ah. Let's see. Let's do this. I have been streaming for, gosh, maybe about a year and a half. Yes, Dale, you do know about Philip K. Dick. Yeah, I hadn't read Valis. It's one that I should probably read. I should probably read a lot of Philip K. Dick. But Alfred Bester is my favorite science fiction author, and I have read everything of his. So I'm not completely without some knowledge of science fiction. Let's see. Hopefully this will look good when I'm done with it. Let's see. How far am I? I have some nerd cred. Not all nerd cred. Yeah, Dale said that I have nerd cred, which just because I feel like it, we're gonna put that up on the screen. So yes, so I have nerd cred. Being a nerd is not necessarily a bad thing, you know. It just means that you've taken the time to learn about something in particular. I am not an affiliate yet. I'm so close to being an affiliate. I have to have interactions with 3 people per show. And right now I'm averaging 2 people per show. And so like right now I'm talking to you guys. And so that's 2 people per show. Yeah, so I'm not an affiliate yet. I'm not making money off of this. This is just me streaming weird art for electrical boxes. See that you are a people? Yes, you are a people. Oh, well, thank you, Shermit Crab. Yes, I have not yet gotten the affiliate thing. I need to work on it a little harder. Ian's job does not allow me to stream as much as I used to because I'm constantly watching the baby. and then he works long hours, so I don't really get a chance. That's my time until it's like really late at night, and by then I'm exhausted. And in fact, she's calling. She's calling again. I'm probably gonna have to get up again. I'll help you chat. Oh, thank you. That's nice, Edge of Human. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm sitting here, and as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to finish the submission and send it off. If they select me, it's a $500 prize, and then my artwork gets on an electrical box. And so it is a $500 prize per piece. If they select all 3 of my pieces, then it would be $1,500. And so we'll see. You need like 10 more follows to reach 50. Oh, I can do that. I can follow you back. That's not a problem.
That's right, exactly. And so, like I said, the third.
Oh, sure. I just I have the Philo show, and I'll send you the schedule for that. And then I need to start drawing regularly. I need to start working on Captain T again, and you know, just various other artwork. Oh, well, but still, you know, it's I didn't like mean that I had to, but I was just trying to be nice, you know. Like what kind of stuff do you stream? Do you play video games? Are you an artist?
Yeah, don't worry, man. I'm not worried about it either. Again, the title comes up.
You know, I obviously stream art, but the occasional video game. Dale says he's going to finish the strip. I've been helping him with his comics.
Yeah, all right, man. So again, let Chris know.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, cooking on live stream. I hadn't thought about that. That's cool, you know, because it is like a live thing. So if you forget about the caramel and you burn it, you know, no spun sugar. Yeah. You know, I guess it makes a lot more sense. Do you do the mise en place on air as well, or do you prep everything ahead of time and then, you know, do it like they do on a cooking show where they're like, oh, and then you do a pound of carrots, but the carrots are already chopped up beautifully. I need daily whipping. Yeah, I think that's true of a lot of artists. My daughter is crying in the other room, so I have to go check on her. Yeah. Oh, mom instinct says I gotta go check on her. So we're gonna put back up the clock. Okay. Doot. We're gonna put back up the clock. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. That should give me enough time to see what she's up to. Edgy Human, I like to just chat too while cooking. I might do a podcast thing. I want to help people grow on here too. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I will be right back. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. See, you guys have been talking to me. Run, save the child, Shy Hermocrat, I return the follow. Archie, Mimi's, look at me. I tap the phone screen, but the cat ignores me. Yes, the cats will sometimes do that. Okay. Where were we? We were drawing blues. Yeah, she was hungry, and so I got her chocolate with pudding. Or not pudding, but yogurt. And what's cool about those ones is if you put them in the freezer, they're almost like sherbet. Sherbet.
Is that anything like
Paprika! Yeah, Ian's walking by going, is that like anything like paprika? Yeah, I probably lost all you guys in the time that I was gone. I guess Dale hung around. Thanks, Dale. But yeah, that's the one bad part about being a parent and trying to stream is that it's really hard to do both at the same time. And Dale says, I am here. Hello, Dale. I too am here. So let's do this. This one is blue. Right. I'll make both these blue.
very good?
And then when we go over here, it's this one and this one. Almost done. The mellifluous sound of my voice. Aw, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I wish I had more to talk about than, I wonder if that's connected. Yeah, when I draw explosions and stuff, I make explosion sounds. And, if I'm drawing like people running, I'll go like, ah, and like.
Wait till she draws erotica.
No, erotica paid for college, okay? I don't need to draw any more erotica.
No, but when she would draw it,
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I would slap that stuff out as quick as possible and then collect my paycheck. Ian, come on. I'm streaming. Come on.
I am too. I'm streaming hard.
Ah.
Come on, Black Cat.
Yes, this is the person I've decided to spend the rest of my life with.
You had a child with me.
I had a child with
You
him.
had my baby. You had my baby.
Yeah, it's true. I did do that. Dale says I should draw erotica. I do like drawing ducks in lingerie. Yeah. I'm sure there is a Rule 32 market or Rule 34 market for it. Anything you can think of, there's porn of it on the internet. Tabor. That is Rule 34. And it's true. Gosh, my daughter was, there's tons of stuff on YouTube for kids. And so she was watching something that ended up leading to Poppy's Playtime, which is a jump scare game. And people playing this game, and she's not scared of it. She laughs and loves seeing like the kitties and stuff in the game. And anyway, so the algorithm's pulling up other Poppy's Playtime stuff, including like erotic, weird, furry stuff. Like like questionable content for children.
Yes, honey. What's the matter?
Yeah. Right now she's going, I love you. I love you. Mommy, Daddy, come to me. She knows she's cute. See, Dale says, I talked to some cartoonists drawing erotica like Dan Collins and Phil Folio. The question is if that history took them out of the running for kids-related gigs. Yeah. Yeah. It's happened to me too, where people found out I did that and then they're like, oh, this is a Christian book or something. And it's like, okay. It's about the 7 deadly sins, but sure, Christian book. But I suppose lust can be considered as being supported by that kind of art. Let's see, let's do this. This is pretty good distribution of blue. I'm not going to leave any black ones. I did that originally and I looked at it and it just didn't feel balanced. So that's why I'm just going with kind of these pure primary colors. Hi, baby girl. What's up? You can have that. Do you want that?
Mommy, Daddy.
She's stealing chocolate from my table.
Hi, Daddy.
Dale says, I wonder if Larry Gonick ever regrets Cherry Pop-Tart. I know Crumb has had flack for some of his erotica and racial satire. Well, I mean, to be fair, like, Crumb's erotica, he specifically talks about in the Crumb documentary where he's flipping through some of his old stuff and it's like this duck woman gets her head cut off and then the guy's like fucking the neck hole. Like that's Crumb erotica. Like it's questionable sometimes. Yeah, Larry Welts. Okay. You met Larry Welts. Yeah. That's Crumb erotica. So it's he did some weird stuff and I think the weirdest thing, like my stuff was pretty tame. I'm what my non de plume drew was a lot of blowjob stuff, threesomes, some like ass play. I'm trying to think what else. Like, I did like gay stories. Eros had, gosh, I'm trying to remember the name, but it was like, this was 2007, 2008, 2009 era. And they had these stories that were like, about, a man discovering that he's gay and, finding happiness with this other man for the first time in his life and stuff like that. And so I drew a lot of those. And I drew, of course, the sex scenes and stuff for them. Yeah, like my stuff was relatively tame. I think the biggest stuff I did was for bazongas, I think, which was big-breasted things. And then I used to draw for Overflowing Bra as well. And I did a bunch of big-breasted things for them. They're into like big breasts and giant women. And I have to say that giant women paid for several of my glasses and big breasts paid for several of my glasses. So thank you, Eric. Yeah, I basically drew the erotica comics. I didn't put my real name on them, and I would turn them in, and then I would get a check, and I would literally like third party that check over to my college for tuition because I had almost everything paid for, but like a smittance of thousands of dollars. And so I think it was something like $10,000 a semester that I just didn't have covered by grants and scholarships and loans. And so, yeah, I refer the stuff in Playboy as they were insanely rendered. And Crumb Erotica, I can see how that led to him doing the Book of Genesis. I think is actually very beautiful. I own it. I own the Crumb Book of Genesis, and it's every thee and thou, and it's really him drawing, and the years of his practice in drawing is evident in that book. And the artwork's amazing, and because it slows down the pacing of the story, you really can understand it a lot better than if you're just trying to read it out of the Bible. I am not a follower of the Bible, but I do think it's an important book to read because there are some good ideas in it, a lot of bad ideas too. Like, always make sure that when you sell your daughter into slavery, you get at least 40 pieces of silver. That's in the Bible. Oh, don't get tattoos. Yeah. Hustler renderings was mostly marker, and because they were the same cartoonist, it was almost like a filthy New Yorker. Yeah. Edge of Human, thank you. Hi. Yeah, I had to go feed my child and give her sustenance, or the state will take her away. And they frown on you like not feeding your child. Are you taking another chocolate? Yeah, you're taking a chocolate, huh? Okay. I have Easter chocolates sitting right there. I had a small little handful that I was going to eat, but apparently I'm not going to get to any. But that's okay. Her mouth first, right? Yeah, we were talking about you missed an interesting conversation, Edgy Human. We were talking about the erotic comics that I used to draw in college to pay for my tuition. And so that's also another reason why I'm probably familiar with a lot of French art is because there's a lot of French eroticism, and again, you're just kind of exposed to it. But a big part of my influence was I was drawing it's going to sound really stupid when you say it out loud. So I used to read Catwoman comics growing up, and it was Jim Balance. Well, it's one of those subjects that's kind of for a select few in your life. It's like the person that you share a bed with, certainly talk about it with maybe your best friend who understands it. You're into it for the articles. But yeah, it's something that you don't really want to bring up at a party. I'm fond of Crumb's Book of Genesis. It was a ballsy decision to do it straight. Yeah, Hump Anderson and his writing partner did Dante's Inferno as a parody. I'm into bondage stuff too. Yeah, I used to be really good friends with a guy that was into bondage stuff, and so he'd talk about it with me. And I did do some art for several groups of his that were like part of the bondage community. They used to have classes called Scales, which was sexual. What was it? Scales. Something. Lifestyle. I don't remember. But yeah, it was safe bondage. you don't want to have a Gordian knot when you're tying up your girlfriend. You'll never get that thing undone. And so they had these classes where they would teach the safe bondage. And so I used to draw the posters when they would advertise those classes. And that was one of the things that I did. And so I had to learn about all kinds of you can't tie knots and you can't find the end of the tape on the roll. Like lather parties. Ooh. Lather parties sound kind of sexy. Like, what's a lather party? And H.R. Geiger is, very, very interesting. Leather. Lather. Oh, because you're lathering the person up and then, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking like more like a foam party, where everyone's naked and running around in the foam. Yeah, sorry, the smoke alarm went off.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh. Oh, let me open the door.
Okay, opening the door.
It's okay. I'm
Trying to get the smoke out. That's the smoke alarm going off because Ian is cooking right now and he got the kitchen a little smoky. And so the smoke alarm went off. No fire, it was just a little bit of smoke. Yeah. I thought it was mine. No, yeah, you're like, wait a second, did I set an alarm? Yeah. Yeah, the movie Alien was the gateway drug for Geiger. All the 80s airbrush kids were scrambling for every single thing about Geiger. I think what also made Geiger very interesting is that he was producing stuff in an age where you could push the envelope and it wasn't seen as, it was definitely seen as like an affront to normal aesthetics of art. And, there were some people that just weren't into it and stuff. But when he pushed it, he was able to go in directions that not a lot of people were able to go to. And I feel like a lot of people will just go in the same directions that Geiger went into, and they're like, well, if I make everything with kind of like a sexual undertone to the design, then, I can talk about the deepness of it or whatever. I have a book that was put out by the Dali Museum in Florida. And the Dali Museum has an amazing collection. The people who put the collection in trust when they died, so that they built this museum around this collection, were friends of Dali. They understood his work. When he first came over to the United States from Spain, they were some of his first patrons, and they were some of his last patrons when he died. And so just an amazing connection to the artist. But the person who wrote this book did not have a very good connection. And there's a typo on the cover. And it talks about the sexual undertones of all of his stuff, like all these different things. And like, oh yeah, this is about the, penetration of the male and blah, blah, blah. And all this shit that's just not in his art. And I have a couple books by Dali where he talks about specific pieces of art in the text of the book when he's talking about how to make art, about the reasons why he did things. And then he was also one of the first artists to include an artist statement in his works to explain things. And so he pretty much said what needed to be said about all of his pieces. But, this guy felt like he needed to say more. Yeah, and it's just like, it just seems so pretentious, that he's talking about like, oh, oh man, the sexual undertones of this piece. It's like, really, dude? It's okay. What it is it's a skull emerging from a piano. And like when Dolly wrote about it, he talked about how music dies in the air. Just saying, pretty visual representation of music dying in the air, is that it lives for a moment and then it dies. And this guy was going on about like, I don't know what. Let's see. Oh, you were talking to me. A teacher of mine worked with Geiger on Species. Ooh, Geiger shared some stories about early childhood trauma with him that shaped his art. Well, he talked about that in his documentary about him as well, about some of the stuff that shaped his art. And it was interesting because I remember him saying once that he wanted to face what he feared, and he believed that everyone had very similar fears. And so stuff that would like make him uncomfortable, his skin crawl and stuff, he'd go like, yeah, this is for everybody. Let's see, how's this turning out? Oh, it's going to take me forever. I thought it was only going to take me a half hour to do this. It's going to take me much longer. Because again, I want to get rid of the black. We'll zoom out. We'll see how it looks in just a second. No, I want that one to be... We'll make this one blue.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, my favorite... Ian's getting his cheese on. One of my favorite artists of all time is Drew Struzan. And a lot of people have seen his work and have no idea that they've seen his work. And so I know Dale knows who Drew Struzan is. But I don't know if Edge of Human knows who Drew Struzan is.
Gotta know the Drew.
Gotta know the Drew. Shy Hermit Crab, you still around? Still hanging out with me? Dale, gotta step away and order sandwiches. Drew Struzan. Yeah, Drew Struzan. D-R-E-W, by the way, is how you spell Drew and Drew Struzan. Ah, you are here. Ah, thank you, Shy Hermit Crab. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let's see. Okay. I got this. I guess we'll do this. How's that looking? Oh, it's taking forever. But I think it's kind of looking neat. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, I got that. This one right here is also going to be white. And that's this guy. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it really was. He used to teach a portraiture class at art center that I used to sneak into. Oh, hi, Eduhuman. I'm sorry your phone died. Drew worked colored pencil over acrylic. We all tried that in the 80s. It was the textured hatching that made the posters come alive. Yes, Drewster's when he taught this class, he went over that technique, and you weren't paying attention to the batteries and your phone died? No. You didn't listen when it gave you the little warning blip where it's like, hey, I got like 20%. You may want to plug me in. That's how I imagine it. I imagine my phone like, some old cookie, character, like, the chow guy on the wagon train. It's like you gotta plug me in. Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let's see. Okay. There we go. So this should help break it up a little bit. I don't know if I want to add more blue. Oh, I want that one blue. Yeah, that's like a supporting piece of art. We'll do this one blue. This one can be blue. This one can be blue. Again, I'm gonna just kind of erase a little bit of these lines. Oh, I realized my music stopped. Why did my music stop? Okay, let's see if we can get it to play again. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I really should have done this in a pattern, but I was hoping that having it like varied would have it stand out. Oh, the music was still there. Okay. For some reason, I couldn't hear it on my end. Weird. Oh, well. Oh, well. Gosh. Maybe what I should do is make one side black. No. We're going to finish this. Okay. Yeah, let's do this right. But yeah, I do feel a little silly. What I should have done is left it black, colored it in, and then reversed the lines, because that wouldn't have confused my program. But I realize that now after attempting to do it the other way, because Clip Studio Paint and Photoshop think differently. And so what I was trying to do would have worked in Photoshop, but it did not work in Clip Studio Paint, because for some reason it did not see the whites as lines. Because, yeah, just going bloop, bloop, bloop. And that would speed me up tremendously. Let's see. Music was still there. Illustrator Bill Nelson also used Prismacolor over acrylic. Oh, speaking of acrylic and stuff, how is Chuck's training going for the speed painting for art battle? Art battle. Ian, what are we having for dinner?
Chili.
We're having chili for dinner. Yeah, he puts beans in it. Chuck doesn't listen to you? Well, like, I thought you were supposed to be training him. I mean, isn't it your job to make him listen? Yeah, so Chuck is a mutual friend of ours who is, he is lining himself up for art battle. And what art battle is you have 20 minutes to make a piece of art on stage in front of people. And so it's more of a performance piece than an art piece. You still have to make an art piece. And so he's been training him. Dale's been, Chuck has basically brought it upon himself to have Dale train him as his coach for art battle. And so that is what we are talking about, is this other artist friend of ours. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, if it comes to Denver, I might try and enter, because I think it's something I could do, is make a piece of art in 20 minutes. What? Oh, you want another piece? You want me to have this one? Okay. She gave me chocolate. Isn't that nice of her? I want to punch him in the duodenum. Chuck is a Brit and I can't speak metric. Chuck ignores me. Chuck is a punk. Chuck is no good nobody. Yeah, he's nothing but a no good nobody. A punk. You're a punk, Chuck. Yeah, and did it not prove just how unaware of the movie Rocky he was that he did not get that joke? When I said, you're a bum, Chuck. And he didn't get it. He's like, oh, Amber just thinks I'm a bum and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I'm quitting the movie. Yeah, that's what Mickey said. It's what Mickey would have wanted. Yeah. Speaking of Stallone movies, I watched Rambo for the first time the other day. And yes, insert time here where you're like, you've never seen Rambo before? No, I'd never seen Rambo before. I'm going to go all Burgess Meredith over his limey ass. But yeah, I'd never seen Rambo before. And it was a lot better than I expected. Yeah, it was a lot better than I expected. I expected it to be all, machismo and like I can kick ass and stuff like that. See, that's what I was waiting for, is what Dale said right there. Is you've never seen Rambo? Yeah, I had never seen it. And I found his character very interesting. Obviously the critique of how veterans were treated when they returned from the war, being called baby killers and everything like that. And yet here's this person that did all these things in the name of America and, wasn't really welcomed back into his own country. And, I get that aspect of it. But what I was expecting was more machismo of like, I'm the biggest thing ever, and that was more Rambo 2. Yeah. I just realized I don't have a cat. I lost a cat, so I could do this. Here, let me do this. Let me shrink myself down. Hi, baby. What is it? No, baby, I'm drawing. I can't play hide and seek right now. we play hide and seek with each other. Oscar was a great role. I loved Tim Curry in Oscar. I thought that, you know, it was really good. And then it was, was it Marissa Tomei as the daughter, right? Tango and Cash. Yeah, I like anime. So his worst was Tango and Cash. And do I like anime? Bye. All right. Yeah, we're talking anime now, so he's gonna go get sandwiches. Yeah, no, my favorite anime of all time is an AUI called Battle Angel, and they did make a movie out of it. Robert Rodriguez directed it, but the anime is just so much better. And I even have the manga, but for some reason I just love the anime over the manga, despite the fact that the manga was first. And then Evangelion was probably one of my first like mind fuck animes that would like mess with your brain. Ghost in the Shell's amazing. Yeah. And Sailor Moon was also one of my first exposures to anime, and it still counts. I still love my Usagi. You know, I still love my tuxedo mask. And yeah, like I'm trying to think what other animes. Cowboy Bebop, love that one. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z to me was always, you know, it was always very masculine. I mean, it was geared towards guys, and it was like a male soap opera. And so I just never grabbed it. It never grabbed me quite the same that other animes did. Bubblegum Crisis I never got into. I did watch Macros Plus all the way through. And, you know, other things too, like there was Blue Seed thrown in there. And then, yeah, they did a really good animated version of Dragon's Dogma on Netflix. That not technically anime, I guess, because it's an American company, but Japanese animation, and just absolutely gorgeous. And then Yakitora was another anime that I watched recently, also on Netflix. And it's like, so there's like the Space Federation in Yakitora, and Earth has already been conquered by the Space Federation, right? And so humans are deemed so useless that we're basically used as like cannon fodder and like little else. And so there's this planet that's rebelling because their technology is basically used in everything, and they feel like they're not getting a fair shake in the deal, right? And so they're negotiating with the higher government, this like galactic federation. They're negotiating for like better rates and stuff, but there's unrest on the planet. People are upset. There's riots. There's all this stuff. So they send in the humans to basically kind of like quell the riots, and there's like a war that goes on. And so on this planet, the dominant species are a bunch of like rodents that, you know, grew huge. And yeah, and so Barca is the name of the planet that they're on, and so they're like, for Barca, as they like go in. It's very cool. Yeah, it's Yakitora is a type of Japanese dish, and so that is a dark joke that the humans in the anime call themselves, because they just see themselves like basically being served up to die. And so they're like, yep, we're Yakitora. Gondahar. I don't think I've seen Gondahar. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. Bastard. Seen that. Ninja Scroll. The original Ninja Scroll is one of my favorite animes. I love the snake demon woman. She's cool. Yeah, French animation is amazing. Gosh, the Three Sisters movie from a couple years ago that came out had some really cool stuff in it. There's one that I saw recently where Julian Lennon, or was it Sean Lennon? I think it was Julian Lennon was playing a flea in like the streets of Paris. It was like a giant flea creature. Okay, how does this look? Yeah. It looks a little sparse on this side. Do this. Oh, that's why I didn't do it. Okay. Still looking a little sparse. Okay, we'll just have to make sure to do a lot more blue. All right. Maybe if I go from this direction. Studio Ghibli creator was inspired by Mobius. Oh, certainly. He's talked about it in interviews. He has yeah. Hayao Miyazaki, yes. Where is my thing? How long have I been streaming? Oh, 2 hours. Okay. No, I knew who you were talking about. Yeah. Hideo Kojima? No, that's Miyazaki. No, I'm sorry. Hideo Kojima is the video game guy. And I'm sorry. He's been on my mind. Because he was able to visualize a lot of stuff before other people. Very complicated mind to be in charge of video games and then have them feel as large as they do at the times that you were to play them. Yeah, let's see. Oh, it's taking forever. Might have to take a break. I got the sun in my eyes. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, this is me right now. And so yeah, I might have to take a break for like an hour or two. Cuz it's getting hard to see. Yeah. That's me. That's me as well. All right, I am gonna save this. I am going to take a longer break. Oh yeah, I will. I definitely will. When I'm done here, I'm gonna head over to your page. Give me a second. Oh, it's gotta save. It's doing its thing. Okay, there we go. So we got that much done. in 2 hours. I thought it'd take me half hour. Oh, that's funny. And so let's see. I am going to throw up my credits. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to check out my stuff, here's my stuff. Panelpanel.com, CaptainT.kingspot.com, Patreon.com/ArtGlitch, Twitch.tv /ArtGlitch, YouTube.com/@ArtGlitch. So yes, repetition. So I will see you guys in the future. Have a good one. Bye.